without having to, without the student shapeshifter showing up. It's not dependent on anything else. It's not dependent on setting yourself back 2 lands. It's not, dependent on having your morph live or not get countered. It's not 2 cards. Seemed like it's the right play for Metamora. He's he's going to be going to the finals with it.
The Bears are back.
Interesting. Mark won all the matches, all the games where he had just the orange T-shirt.
I was thinking the same thing.
Put on the sweatshirt, loses 2 straight.
It's true. Sweatshirt's gone. Now the hat wasn't backwards in the quarter, so the hat was forward.
Mark is clearly not superstitious enough.
Easy doesn't look panicked, though. I mean, you see a lot of people at this point would be slouched back in the chair.
Sure.
Have the losing slouch going on. And Mark's, leaning forward. He's into this. Like, that kind of sucks, but capable of rattling off 3 straight.
Wafakapa looks pretty excited, though.
Blinking a hello and Morse code back to his friends and friends.
See, I can't imagine myself in this situation. My heart would be, my heart pounds when I'm in the finals of a moto draft. How are these guys not just rupturing veins in their temples? I don't understand how you can be so calm sitting there. I mean, I guess that's one of the. Just a great attribute as a player, just that ability to just remain calm under these situations. Did you find yourself to be very calm in these circumstances? Did you get
honestly,
pumped for it? Or?
You kind of get used to it. Like, for me, the adrenaline happened in round 1. It was like Friday morning. I was totally psyched. I was ready to play. But then, over the course of Friday, you kind of get into it. Over the course of Saturday, if you don't have a calm enough demeanor, there's no way you survive 16 rounds of Swiss to get the chance to sit here in the first place. And I mean, there comes a while where you realize, okay, yeah, you're playing against John Finkel or Kai Bude or something. But I mean, you've played these guys before and you've seen them around, and they're just guys.
Yeah, if you're someone who gets nervous when you play under a pressure situation, are there things you can do to learn how to be calmer, to learn how to be just more unflappable? Or is that just something that's innate?
I think it comes with being comfortable. And I think the trick is to put yourself in those situations again and again until you get comfortable with them.
Right. So it's that's sort of the classic situation.
Almost like you build up a tolerance, right?
You talk to people who are like, I don't know if I'm good enough to play on the Pro Tour. People who do well on the Pro Tours, or people who've sold slots in the past at the PTQ level, done the prize split. If you don't go in and sort of expose yourself to that level of competition, then you're never going to get used to it. And you're not going to calm down, and you're not going to be able. It's the Nike just do it kind of philosophy. At some point, you put yourself in there.
That's fair. And you do see a lot of people that spend their first year on tour where they're qualifying over and over again. Maybe they put up an occasional top 50 performance and pick up one invite without having to go back to the PTQs. But then they get used to it and they get comfortable and they start to put up better results year 2, year 3. I mean, that seems like the typical career path almost.
Sure. I mean, I'm really hoping that for a lot of the young American players who were playing in their first couple of Pro Tours this weekend, who are doing really well, I'm hoping to see these guys coming back to the Pro Tour and seeing them continue to do well and build that experience up. And
it's the pattern you saw from the Japanese players.
And also build the network up, right? Like it's not just, it's also getting exposed to better players who, and building up a network and building up communication. All right, well, we're underway here.
Yeah.
The Detravor Mountain is in play for Mark.
Yeah, got it in a hurry. Turn 2 lands from Wapatapa. Cool. Is that a careful consideration from Herberholz? Yes, it is. He's going to try to fix up his hand.
Good tight.
Seemed willing to lose it to cancel.
Oh, sure.
Taps out. He's like, what is Guillaume going to do to me? It's just one of those places where, okay, he knows the deck list. Nothing horrible is going to happen.
Now, horrible things don't happen until there's about 32 mana in play here.
Guillaume takes the opportunity for a careful consideration of his own. Needs a lens for the second blue mana, but he's got it.
Mark has the much heralded Academy Ruins in hand. He's considering pitching a Triskellivis for the careful consideration. And another careful consideration. Keeping a handful of action. Doesn't seem like he's going to want to commit that Academy Ruins to the board until after he's found a way to deal with the any potential detritivores out there. Both players are moving pretty warily here. Suspend an Aeon Chronicler. Looks like for 2. And Mark Herberholz has got the pull from Eternity ready. And puts that in the graveyard. He's still got another pull ready in case the Tritivore shows up. Although the Tritivore is not looking like it would be terribly harmful to Mark at this point, just one land. But every land counts in these battles, right?
Absolutely.
And there is the Detritivore. So Wafatapa felt it was safe to suspend the Detritivore after, I guess, baiting it out with an Aeon Chronicler. Mark had the pull from Eternity, but he doesn't know that Mark is sitting on another one. And it's really use it or lose it on his white source there, right? Doesn't have the mana to defend it. Had to even use an extra mana. I don't think he has any red sources. Had to get that through a lens. Mark doesn't have to do anything till his own turn, though. Looks like he's going to Mystical Teachings for an extirpate.
Ah. What does he extirpate here?
Let's see, what is here?
Get rid of Triskellivis. Get that thing out of here. I'm tired of losing to it. Gone.
Wafatapa is like, we know that's the only one. Didn't even show his hand to Mark. Mark's like, I still want to see it.
So what all's in his hand?
Looks like
Teferi, couple cancels, Teachings, and some card between the Teachings and the Teferi.
Just one in the deck, right?
Sudden death.
Did you change your sideboard at all between games 2 and 3? You did?
Yep. So Mark's got to do a little research here. There was some sideboarding that went on.
Seems like Waffle Top has been playing games with the exact count of tendrils versus sudden death.